Good morning, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 33 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, give us a call at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. To purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470, or go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And for our Truth Skin Health products, truthtreatments.com, and we have specials coming up this week. Our blemish repair complex should be out this week as well. Truthtreatments.com. Never any preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, water, silicone, oil, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want in any of our Truth Skin Health products. Truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. I'm not sure what you guys heard at the beginning. We had a little mix-up at the beginning of the program. I apologize for that. We're talking about skin health. This is something I've been studying for many years, and I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about skin here for the next few weeks or months. Everybody is fascinated with the skin and having beautiful skin and having healthy skin because it's on the outside of the body. People don't see our livers, they don't see our hearts, they don't see our spleens or our intestines, but they see our skin. So there's a somewhat intense and profound concern about skincare, about the health of our skin, that doesn't happen for the inside of our bodies, which is very interesting. Skin, of course, is important, but what's interesting about our incredible attention, the incredible amount of attention we place on skin and skin health, is we really don't understand the skin culturally or even necessarily scientifically, although that's changing. Our understandings of the skin have really progressed in the last 20 or 30 years. 50 years ago, 60 years ago, certainly 100 years ago and 150 years ago, which is when most skincare products were invented, the standard template, the standard model of a skincare product, the cream or the lotion, was invented in the late 19th century, or developed, I should say, probably invented by Galen in the year 200, but really got going in a modern industrial way in the late 1800s, and we started to get factories making creams, the same, using a template that had been in place for centuries, and it got locked in once factories started to tool up to make these kinds of products. And then pipelines to ingredients were created, and ingredient supply chains were created, and everybody's benefiting financially off all this stuff. And there was no incentive to really change how skincare was done. Now, given that we've understood now in the last 40 years, 30 or 40 years, our understanding of the skin is worlds apart from where it was 50 or 60 or 100 or 150 years ago. It seems unfortunate that we're still using the same kinds of products or the same kinds of strategies. We don't see the skin as what it really is, much the same way as we don't see the body as what it really is, but it's extra ironic on the skin because it's on the outside of the body. You'd think we wouldn't know what was happening, but because most of the action's happening inside or underneath, we're oblivious. One of the most important facets of the skin, or aspects of the skin, that is relevant to skin health, aging, skin distress, lots of dollars spent, is the fact that the skin is an immune organ. It's part of the immune system. The immune system operates as a system. It's called the immune system. That means the digestive part of the immune system is connected to the skin part of the immune system, is connected to the blood part of the immune system. These three areas in the body can be thought of as major outposts of the immune system, the defense system. They're boundary areas. Truly, the immune system is everywhere. It's dispersed. There's no real locus of it, although there are nodes. There are three main headquarters, we'll say. The digestive system headquarters, the blood system headquarters, and the skin system headquarters, and all of them operate together. When you have a blood problem, you'll have a skin problem and a digestive problem. When you have a digestive problem, likely you'll have a skin problem and a blood problem. Eczema is a classic example. We call it dermatitis. Atopic dermatitis. Eczema is a condition where guys probably all know what eczema is, or have at least seen it or heard about it. Eczema is when the skin barrier does not form properly. Skin cells have to grow at just the right pace from the bottom to the top. When they don't grow at the right pace, they either grow distorted, or they grow too slow, or they grow too fast. You get skin conditions. Eczema is a skin condition that's marked by skin cells not growing appropriately, not dividing appropriately. The movement of cells from the bottom to the top is disrupted. This disruption follows inflammation, which is always immunity. Now, it can happen topically. They call it topical dermatitis. But the real troublesome part of dermatitis, or the real troublesome category of dermatitis, is atopic eczema. And if you're listening to this program, you probably know good and well that there's a digestive system and an internal system, blood, an internal connection to it. But most people don't know that. Most people, and the medical model doesn't tell us that. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll continue our discussion on the skin and skin immunity, and have more good health information for you when we come back from our break. All right, we're back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you at 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase longevity products, head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, or call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. For more information, I will be doing a talk in my lab for longevity distributors and folks interested in longevity, or even if you're not interested in longevity, it'll be kind of a generic talk on health, nutrition, and skin. And it'll be at my lab, 2240 Curtis Street in Denver, Colorado, this November 23rd, 2019. November 23rd, 2019, 11 a.m. And we'll give away lots of freebies, lots of Beyond Tangy Tangerine jugs and other things. If you're in the Denver area, love to see you. That's this Saturday, November 23rd, 2019, 2240 Curtis Street, Denver, Colorado, 80205. And don't have an RSVP set up yet, but I think I'm going to do one. In the meantime, just keep that in your calendar if you're interested in coming by this Saturday. You can purchase Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. All our Truth Treatment products are made without preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, water, silicone, oil, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want. 100% active and functional ingredients in all our Truth Skin Health products, because they are about Truth Skin Health. You don't need put ingredients on your skin that aren't upregulating health. And that's what it should be. When you're putting a skincare product on your skin, you want to focus on the health of the tissue. I get people asking me about liposuction and getting their fat, not liposuction, but getting fat tissue removed from under their eyes, and Botox and eye gels and other superficial treatments, Juvederm and PRP. And these are all they all have benefits, but they're not necessarily about the health of the tissue. Actually, PRP might be. PRP is when they put your blood plasma back into platelet-rich plasma back into your skin. But basically, we're talking about nutrition when we talk about skin health. One of the ways they can tell what a nutrient does is they'll remove a nutrient out of an animal's diet. They'll take vitamin A, for example, out of an animal's diet, and they'll see what happens when the vitamin A is removed, and then they'll know that those particular symptoms are the manifestations of a vitamin A deficiency. Then they'll put vitamin A back in the diet and see if the symptoms go away. And by doing those kinds of tests, they can tell what different nutrients do. Vitamin A, for example, is involved in night blindness. It's involved in skin dryness. So when you take vitamin A out of the diet, the skin becomes dry and night vision becomes compromised. You put vitamin A back in the diet and night vision comes back and the skin becomes more normalized. So we know that vitamin A is very, very important for skin moisturization. We know that vitamin A is very important for night vision. When you take essential fatty acids out of the diet, the skin becomes more sensitized. The immune system becomes more jumpy. When you take essential fatty acids out of the diet, the skin becomes scaly and dry. So we know that there's a very important relationship between essential fatty acids and the skin and skin health and skin immunity. And we know that deficiencies in essential fatty acids will make the skin more jumpy. Likewise, vitamin A. When we take vitamin A out of the diet, the skin becomes more jumpy. When I say jumpy, I mean more reactive. It tends to react to assaults topically more dramatically, and it tends to react to immune problems internally. Under conditions of essential fatty acids, if you have a food problem that's causing you itching or causing you rashiness, it'll become more dramatic if you don't have enough EFAs. So if you have enough EFAs in your diet and you ingest an assaultive agent, your skin will be less likely to react. This is where nutritional supplementation becomes really, really important in terms of skin immune reactions. I'm picking on eczema because that's a classic one, but rosacea is an immune reaction. That's not a skin immune reaction. That's also an important point. Rosacea is a blood condition that shows up on the skin, and sometimes it can also involve the skin, but for the most part, that's a blood condition. Eczema, itching, rashiness. You can even see inflammation sometimes in the skin. Sometimes when people eat the wrong kinds of food, if they're super sensitized, their skin will get inflamed and puffy just from eating the wrong kinds of food, in addition to having breakouts. So EFAs are an extremely important supplement pretty much for all skin health issues. As I say, when you take EFAs out of the diet, skin problems ensue. This is one of the major roles for EFAs in the body is to protect the skin or to strengthen the skin, to make the skin more resilient and more resistant. But it's not just as simple as supplementing with EFAs. It's not just as simple as getting on an EFA supplement, because if you got a pancreas problem, a liver problem, intestinal problem, all of these are going to reduce the benefits that you get from your essential fatty acid supplementation. You're not going to be absorbing it as well. So you may get a little benefit, you may get no benefit if you're dealing with what's called dysbiosis, messed up gut bacteria, or if you're dealing with a fatty liver, or if you're dealing with pancreatitis, or even if you're dealing with low stomach acid. The digestive system involving the entire digestive system involving the stomach, the pancreas, the gallbladder, the liver, the intestine, all play a major role in how well the body will process fats, which in turn play a major role in how healthy the skin will be. Fats, 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 fats. In addition to the skin is an immune organ, in addition to taking into account the skin immune system, the SIS, I got a textbook in my hand here called the SIS, Cutaneous Immunology and Clinical Immunodermatology. As the immune system reacts, it's a huge textbook. And it's about the immune system, the relationship between the immune system and skin health. And in the same way that the immune system is a powerful concept in skin health and skin beauty, so are lipids. Lipids meaning fats. Lipids play a major role in skin health. The skin is a fatty organ. It's got some water. Everything's water and lipid, but it's largely lipid. And understanding the fat system of the body is critical if you're going to have beautiful skin. It's critical if you're going to be able to get the most bang for your buck in your topical skincare products. It's critical if you want to understand how to leverage the power of the digestive system when it comes to skin health. Lipids or fats play a major, major, major role in how beautiful and how anti-aged the skin will be. They play a major role in how resistant the skin will be to the exposome, the environmental factors that lead to aging, especially the sun. The lipid system, the fatty system, fat digestion and fat intake, fat deposition in the skin, all play a major role in wrinkles. Even in thickness and thinness of the skin, even in hyperpigmentation, there's a role. When the skin is destabilized, it'll have a greater tendency to turn dark. in a disorganized fashion, not dark like a tan, but dark like spots. So understanding how to leverage the fat system, understanding how to leverage fatty ingredients. I've been talking about the importance of fatty ingredients for 30 years. And when I talk about fatty ingredients, I mean ingredients that the skin can use. Guess what? The skin cannot use vegetable oil. The skin cannot use oil of any kind. What oils do on the surface of the skin is they soften it, but the skin can use oily vitamins. By oily, I mean fat-soluble vitamins, particularly vitamin A and fat-soluble vitamin C. The two most important ingredients you could ever put on your skin, fat-soluble vitamin C and vitamin A in the retinol or retinoic acid form, retin A or retinol. I'm pharmacist Ben, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. We'll come back right after this. Okay, we're back on the bright side. I'm pharmacist Ben. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. You'll find longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. And you'll also find a Join the Team link that you can click on if you want to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team and start a longevity business, be in business for yourself. Now's the time. First of all, now's the time because longevity is blowing up, but now's also the time, this time of year is when people really start to realize how important nutritional supplementation can be. Not so much right now, but coming into the holiday season. Nutritional supplementation, people decide they want to be on a nutritional supplement program during the holidays and after New Year's. So now's the time to think about getting involved in the longevity business opportunity. If you're interested, click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, or call 866-735-2470. All right, got lines open. 844-236-6010 is the number from the journal Circulation. Omega-3 fatty acids for the management of hypertriglyceridemia, too much triglycerides. Triglycerides are fats that glob up the blood, and they're heavy on the liver, and they're produced from too many calories. They're basically they're the real blood problem when it comes to heart disease. And managing elevated triglycerides is a very important strategy for preventing heart disease or reducing its unfortunate consequences if you already have heart disease. Omega-3 fatty acids are not necessarily essential fatty acids. The omega-3 fatty acids that come from fish are non-essential, but they have been shown to be very protective against blood fats. From the journal Circulation, this was published last month, or in September actually. Prescription omega-3 fatty acids at a dose of 4 grams a day are an effective and safe option for reducing triglycerides as monotherapy. That means only using them, or as an adjunct to other lipid-lowering agents. Here's the thing about these omega-3 fatty acids from fish. Number one, they are effective. Number two, they're so effective that they're now an official drug. Vascepa is omega-3 fatty acids from fish. It costs you about $120 or $130 a month. And it's purified. This is their claim, is that they've standardized and purified the active ingredient in fish oil, one of the active ingredients in fish oil, something called EPA. You may have heard of EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA. EPA is one of the two omega-3s that are found in fish oil. EPA and DHA, and you can buy EPA capsules. You can buy EPA/DHA capsules together. You've seen them probably. If you just do fish oil, you're doing the fish oil largely to get the EPA and the DHA. They're not essential, but they're very helpful if you're dealing with heart disease. They're so helpful that they're an official prescription drug called Vascepa that has now been approved, recommended as a adjunct therapy for lowering triglycerides, or not even an adjunct therapy, as a sole therapy for a monotherapy for lowering your triglycerides. The best way to lower your triglycerides is not with omega-3 fats from fish, although those can be helpful. The best way to lower your triglycerides is by reducing your calories. Calorie restriction. If you want to pick one simple thing you can do, not necessarily easy, but simple thing you can do to increase your longevity, reduce your risks of cancer, heart disease, autoimmune issues, pretty much all of the unpleasantries associated with getting older, is reduce your calories. Now, we're hardwired. It's in our brain to eat calories, get lots of pleasure from calories. That is part of that's the consequence of our caveman brain. There weren't a lot of calories back in caveman days when our brain was developing, but now we got all kinds of calories. They're everywhere. Not only are the calories everywhere, but the inducements drawing us to the calories are everywhere too. Commercials, billboards, restaurants, signs, everywhere you're induced to go in and grab a hamburger. People, how many times do we eat when we're not hungry? Including myself, by the way. We eat when we're not hungry because we get pleasure hormone secretion from food, from calories. That's why I say it's simple, but it's not easy, because you're going against your hard wiring. Now, if you're motivated enough to do it, you can do it. If your life is on the line, and many people realize how important calorie restriction is when their life is on the line after they've had a heart attack or had some kind of heart disease, or even if your life is not on the line, if you're just on a prescription drug and you want to get off of it, calorie restriction is one of your best friends. Now, it's not just calorie restriction, it's calorie restriction with optimum nutrition. It's called the Cron diet, C-R-O-N, calorie restriction, optimum nutrition. This Cron diet is the key to, from a physical perspective, is the key to longevity and anti-aging. It's not just calorie restriction, it's optimum nutrition with calorie restriction, and that's why supplementing can be so beneficial. Because when you do supplements, you're not getting the calories, you're getting the nutrients. And that's why people notice that they want less calories when they get enough nutrients, because the nutrients help them burn the calories or utilize the calories they're getting. They don't need as many calories, and that's the ideal situation, the Cron diet. If you want to lower your triglycerides, yes, you can use omega-3 fatty acids, but focus or leverage at least, or start to leverage the power of the calorie restriction optimum nutrition diet, the so-called Cron diet. Another strategy for lowering triglycerides is your sugar, reducing your sugar intake, because sugar is rapidly turned into triglycerides. So treating yourself like a diabetic. In fact, interestingly, the nutrients that help the body process or help the body deal with triglycerides also help the body deal with sugar. Chromium and niacin are probably your two most important triglyceride/blood sugar stabilizing nutrients. Vanadium also. So get yourself on the Longevity Sweeties, lower your triglycerides. Get yourself on the Longevity Sweeties, lower your blood sugar. Get yourself on the Longevity Sweeties, strengthen your insulin. Also, the Ultimate Niacin lowers triglycerides. In fact, Ultimate Niacin also lowers cholesterol. Niacin is important for all blood fats, for reducing blood fats or helping the body process blood fats, and niacin is a go-to, if underappreciated, active ingredient for helping you deal with your blood sugar. It's part of what's called the glucose tolerance factor, the GTF, which is a combination of niacin and chromium, among other things. The glucose tolerance factor. Niacin is just ridiculously valuable for so many things. Niacin is the one vitamin that your body will make if you're deficient in it. Under ordinary circumstances, the body cannot make vitamins, but it does make niacin, vitamin B3. And the deficiency disease associated with niacin, called pellagra, is marked by lousy skin, lousy digestion, and mental health problems, including dementia and schizophrenia for that matter. Niacin deficiency disease, pellagra, is marked what they call, in medical school, they call the 4 Ds. Diarrhea, dermatitis, dementia, and death. So you could add mortality, increased mortality to pellagra as well. Pellagra is why if you have pellagra, if you suffer from pellagra, you'll notice that your skin gets red really easily. I should say if you suffer from niacin deficiency, you'll notice that your skin gets red or sensitized really easy. If that's you, you might want to think about niacin, and you might also want to try a no-flush version of niacin. Sometimes if you take too much niacin, you can experience the famous niacin flush, which is not life-threatening, but it can be a little unpleasant. Niacinamide, I think it's niacinamide, I'm pretty sure it's niacinamide. Niacinamide version is no flush. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking about skin health and heart health and niacin. Before I went to break, I was saying how niacinamide. There's two major forms of niacin. There's niacin and then there's niacinamide. Niacin, also known as nicotinic acid, is powerful for treating cholesterol levels. It lowers LDL, it increases HDL, it works as good as the statin drug does, but it does have a little problem called the niacin flush associated with it. The niacin flush is when you get really hot and red and itchy and lasts about 20 minutes or so. And it can be pretty unpleasant. I've had people think they needed to go to the emergency room if they had the niacin flush. I used to make a B vitamin powder blend, and every once in a while people would call me up and say, help, I did too much niacin. It goes away after 20 or 30 minutes, but does feel a little bit yucky, I will say. Great stuff, though, as a supplement. And the vasodilation, the blood vessel opening that accounts for the heat and the flushing and the itchiness, if that happens, that's actually a good thing. That opens up blood. You're talking about the blood vessels opening up and blood is flowing more efficiently. It's not a bad thing, as uncomfortable as it is. Now, the second form of niacin is called niacinamide. That doesn't have the same kind of vasodilating effect. So it's not going to cause the flush. And that makes it a good treatment if you need high doses, or if you want to treat like pellagra, or a frank deficiency disease, but it's not so great for reducing cholesterol, not as effective as reducing cholesterol. And then there's the deluxe no-flush niacin. When you see something called no-flush niacin, it usually means inositol hexanicotinoate, INH, which is a combination of vitamin B8 and niacin, vitamin B3, inositol. Inositol is a really important sugar metabolizing nutrient like niacin, and when they put them together, they get something called no-flush niacin, inositol hexanicotinoate, which is a form of niacin that has a longer release, more complex molecule, so has a longer release, and it could be used for the same things that niacin could be used for cholesterol and for mood regulation, insulin issues, etc., blood sugar issues. It's really expensive is the only downside on no-flush niacin. So if you can get away with just plain old niacin, that's the best stuff if you don't have a flush issue. If you do have a flush issue, go with the no-flush niacin, or if you want to save some money, go with the niacinamide. But the niacinamide is not going to necessarily help you with your blood fats as effectively. It will help you if you're dealing with a deficiency disease or even subclinical deficiency disease. All right, along the same lines, last week there was a whole bunch of news made out by an article that was published, I think, in the journal Circulation. I'm not sure what it was, from Baylor University. I think this was published in the journal Circulation. They found that using stents was just as beneficial as using drug therapy without the surgery. Now, the drugs they give you for blocked blood vessels, the reason you get a stent or bypass for that matter, they are nasty drugs, no doubt about it. They are beta blockers, calcium channel blockers. Sometimes they'll give you aspirin, or recommend a baby aspirin. They do statin drugs. These are all for helping blood flow more efficiently through the vessels. Now, I'm not a big believer in the beta blockers, the calcium channel blockers, or for that matter, any drugs, really, but it's a lot better off than getting your body cut up and having a device stuck in your blood vessels, especially as it turns out that there's no real benefits to it compared to medication, at least according to this article. And even worse, surgery, according to the headline here, surgery is often unwarranted. Look, you don't want any surgery, but especially heart surgery. And you don't want any devices stuck in your body, especially in your circulatory system. Stenting and bypasses. You know, sometimes if you have angina, which is a terrible pain caused by lack of oxygen to the heart, okay, I can see if you have actually severe misery. Personally, I'm going chelation therapy and nutrition, vitamin C. I wonder how many people who have stents put in have tried high-dose vitamin C, or have tried chelating agents, or have tried a nutritional supplement program in general, or have tried reducing calories, tried ketogenic diet, try reducing sugar, treating yourself as a diabetic. There are so many wonderful options. Considering heart disease is the number one killer, considering the unbelievable agony of angina or a heart attack. Oh my goodness, considering the lifelong implications of a stroke, it's just crazy to me that we're not at least trying vitamins. But you know what? I'll tell you why a lot of us aren't trying vitamins. Because this article I just got today from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Headline, vitamins don't stop heart disease, may increase death, according to this study. A review of 179 different studies has led Canadian and French scientists to determine that several supplements, including vitamin B3, niacin, and antioxidants, may actually increase the risk of death. It's craziness, utter craziness. When they say vitamins, they're not talking about vitamins. They're talking about vitamin B3 and folic acid and a couple other nutrients. That's not how you do nutrients. You do them all as a package, number one, and you don't use them to stop heart disease. You do them to support the body so heart disease doesn't happen. It's not that vitamins work like drugs. This is a gaslighting mind trick that drug companies and the medical model will use. They'll tell us that certain nutrients don't cure heart disease. They did it with vitamin E a couple years ago. Vitamin E doesn't cure heart disease. Nobody's saying it's curing heart disease. Nobody's saying nutrients alone will reverse a condition. We are saying that nutrients are important for making the body strong, for making the body resilient, for boosting the immune system and reducing inflammation. In turn, all of these factors will reduce your risk of heart disease or improve the condition if you already have it. That's how you want to look at nutritional supplementation, not as curative. Not what do I take for arthritis, what do I take for heart disease, what do I take for acne, but you want to look at it like you make the body stronger, and the body takes care of the cancer and the heart disease and the acne and the autoimmune problems and the eczema and all the other health challenges that you're dealing with. The nutrients support the body. And in order to leverage the nutrients' ability to support the body, you have to take the nutrients like a package deal, like they would appear in food. I love niacin. It's super therapeutic. But you know what? The best place to get your niacin is from eggs, from organ meats, especially liver. Even whole grains, if you do them correctly, are a good source of niacin. Avocados are a good source of niacin. Fish is a great source of niacin. Niacin is so darn important in addition to being important for the brain and the digestive system and the skin. It also plays a role in digestive health and in bile secretion, in the production of youth hormones, detoxification. Is that to say that if you have low testosterone, you take niacin, all of a sudden you're going to have high testosterone? No. But niacin plays a major role in how sex hormones are produced, how bile is secreted. It's how the digestive system works in general. What I'm saying here is you don't want to look at nutrients allopathically. That's called allopathic nutrition, where you use a specific nutrient like a drug to take care of an illness. That is an unfortunate and misleading characterization of how nutrients work. And it's not fair to the world of nutrition, and it's not fair to people who want to use the world of nutrition. This is why longevity is so helpful, is because you can get on an entire supplement program that features all 90 essential nutrients, and then you can support them with a little extra niacin, a little extra magnesium, a little extra chromium and vanadium. Take your sweets, take your digestive enzymes, take your ultimate niacin, your ultimate selenium to support the mighty 90 essential nutrients that you're going to get from Beyond Tangy Tangerine and your OsteoFX and Ultimate EFAs to support the mighty 90 essential nutrients. If you get yourself on the mighty 90 essential nutrients in the form of the Healthy Start Pack, and then pick and choose a few supportive, satellite, adjunctive kinds of supplements, there is no health condition that you are dealing with that will not at least improve. Now, you do have to take care of what you're putting in the system if you're putting the wrong stuff in: cigarette smoke, alcohol, drugs, lousy food, sugar, etc. But even with a crappy intake, even if you're smoking, even if you're drinking, even if you're eating crappy, a Mighty 90 Essential Nutrient Supplement Program plus selected individual satellite supplements can make a huge difference in how you feel, as well as in the prognosis of your health challenge and your longevity in general. If If you're interested in learning more about the longevity products, call 866-735-2470. If you're interested in checking out our Truth Skin Health products, go to truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. And that is all the time we have for today on The Bright Side. Thank you for listening. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.